Eat this one. I think it's not that good.
Den här med kaffe.
You can just put this. Preparation. What's the look?
A few moments later.
The night is cold, the moon is shining, the sun to shine tonight. The stars fade low into silence. Use me and say
There is no point in even wearing this stuff. 이게 남을 거라고 생각해? 남을 것 같아. 그니까.
Ahora estoy.
Just normal walk for you?
I know we're heading out. We're gonna head out.
When I go, we can go home and Uber. We can spend like 20 minutes more.
The stage, your personal astrophysicist, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
The topic is the search for life in the universe. So a public service message from the aliens over New Jersey. That's not how these movies work, right? And usually, the plot of all science fiction movies, first it begins by government officials ignoring the warnings of scientists. Okay. I don't know what that is. Our age. Thank you all.